you got it twisted and you just don't know. You become vulnerable if you're comfortable. That's how your spirit breaks when he touches your soul. You learn from the first time, didn't you? While your cool side always get ridiculed. I guess being humble means you soft. Say that shit to me, I'm going off. Something we let slide, yeah, we let it go. Especially if we letting like incredible. Don't care how high you is off the medical. If you deal with shortcomings, how you want a pedestal. Privilege nowadays come dirt cheap. Everyone think they deserve what they can't keep.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tell It How It Is, no filter. Voice of Reason here. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share, comment, like. What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? How was your past week since you last saw me? I wouldn't call myself a therapist, but I do listen to people's problems and struggles. Do I get paid for it? Do I have a certificate for it? No. So the people I know personally, or whoever I interacted with colleague-wise, have given me their stories. So I say that to say, if there's anything you need to get off your chest, hit up Voice of Reason, no filter. You're like, what? What is this, pro bono work? Nah, I'm talking about the people who watch me regularly, you know, people who have supported, and even newcomers. If this is your first time watching this, I honestly, wholeheartedly feel we can help each other. So, all of my info is always in the timestamps. I'm able to reach very easily. If there's something you want to speak on or something you want to shoot my way as a comment, a topic that I can bring to my platform, and it could possibly help you in the same time. Because if you bring me something to talk about and I bring it here, it can solve some things for you, put some pieces to your puzzle together without having to directly have that interaction with me per se. Because like, again, I'm not getting paid to be no therapist. I'm not, I didn't go to school for it or nothing. But I just feel like I could tap in on people's situations. You know what I mean? So that's just a quick disclaimer. Memorial Day, another man-made holiday. It holds more purpose though than what was the last one I criticized? So the last one we encountered was what, Mother's Day? Just shout out anything that's worth a memory. You feel me? That's all I can say about that. It goes deeper, but that's all I got for it. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying your holiday. Let's go. So this one I kind of freestyled and jumped the whole line of what I already had organized. I was talking to someone, I said, remain optimistic if you know you live righteous. And I don't mean this perfect painted picture like you do all the right things, you file all your taxes, you never took, you never got over. Give me an example. You go to the store, you buy something, you pay with $20 bill or whatever. Whatever it came up to, they gave you too much change back. So let's say you gave them a 20, they gave you change for 50. Are you wrong to keep that? I'm gonna leave that to y'all. Is that wrong? If you paid with a 20 and they gave you change like you paid with a 50, would you just take that money? That's a blessing, or are you supposed to give that back? There's value in why I asked you that. We're not judging here. When I say live righteous, you do the best you can. I'm not super religious again. They said you're supposed to forgive 70 times 7 or 700 times 7, 7,000 times 7. The thing is, if you know you without dragging it, if you know you do most of the moral things that you're supposed to, you can remain optimistic. The problem with this privileged ass, entitled ass world is that people are doing a tenth of that and still thinking they deserve or remaining optimistic and feel they should get the fruits of their labor. What labor? Just existing, people feel this way. So I'm shouting out and singling out the people who majority are moral. You know, you get up, you pay your debts to society, you go out there, you do a job every day. You can pick and choose when you help, because I do this not on a scheduled timing. Like I bought somebody something to eat the other day, the dude on a bike. I wasn't even in a real like uppity mood. I just was like, eh. But like the way he pulled up on me, I was like, get something to eat, man. You know what I mean? Like little things, and I don't deserve nothing for that. I'm just saying, like, if you know you have a genuinely good nature about you, and there's nothing wrong with that. We in a real shallow ass world where we joke and clown about the overly niceness, right? We joke and clown on that. But to live like that is purifying. You feel me? That's how blessings come. So I'm saying to remain optimistic, because if you know you live morally correct for most of your journey, then things should come your way. But I don't want you to overthink into this and say, you know, that's how you keep in score. Oh, well, I did 3 good things this week. Where's my blessings? No, it don't go like that. You continue to do it. And if there's something I honestly, wholeheartedly feel, not as often as maybe it should be, but I wholeheartedly feel that when it really gets really rough and you really having a time that's not at your advantage, I feel something will come and help. Something will push it away. Not right there like that, but when it really is some overwhelming shit, because you're going to go through shit regardless, good, bad, or ugly, and it's going to trickle down in what I talk about next. But it's going to happen. But I feel like to just remain positive and to do most of the moral things that you're supposed to, you will be all right. That's the point. All right? So just keep your head up on that, Tupac style. And things will work itself out, man. We all got to live in this world. Next. Tough or easy? There is no cheat code. Men and women could really... I can see the difference of opinion in this. So for men, being tough, and this is the I'm gonna take it from the aspects of relationships and business and whatever else, but mostly in relationships. You know, when a man is tough, he doesn't really soften up, he don't really show emotions, but he's being respectable. Whatever he did to attract you, ladies, but he's not really being like sincere a lot or enough for you. You know, women, you kind of set us up indirectly with you want a man to tap into his emotions and, excuse me, tap into your emotions and be transparent and really tell his feelings. And, you know, men could counter, especially other podcasters, saying that the man's struggle, a woman could never really understand fully. I feel they can relate and they can chime in certain points. But either way, without dragging it. So when a man is not, the word that women cringe at, submissive to his lady, he can't be. He got to kind of be hardcore, right? That's a whole nother topic too. The point is, him being tough to his advantage will keep the woman, guessing, not really fully validated, but he can still be respectable. You know what I'm saying? Trust is a motherfucker. So women, choose your poison. If you feel an organic trust for the guy, based on knowing what you do know about him, his moves, what he got going on, you never really know 1,000. You know what I'm saying? But if your gut and your intuition says, nah, you know, I trust him, I just wish he was a little more, I guess, open or softer. He can't be. And you have to pick your poison. Do you want the really overwhelmingly tap into emotions guy? Or do you want, you know, you got to kind of be a little fierce, but he reassures you with action, not so much words. You know what I mean? So I say that the guys, there's still no cheat code because guys being tough like that, they can still get played, got, heart broke. Men won't probably admit that their heart was broke because if they were being tough, it's like, I'm ready for whatever. It's just being mindful that nothing's permanent. You know what I mean? So there's no cheat code there, but I kind of rambled on. The women, that being tough or hard to get can only play but so far. You know what I mean? For you guys, I'm sorry, ladies, unless that's going to be you throughout, do you know how bipolar that is? I'm kind of getting at y'all and I understand, so I don't want to really make it seem like something is wrong with y'all really for being that way. Like, you kind of got to have your guard up, cautious, really pay attention, try not to get played. Nobody wants to get played out here, right? So I get that. But you see the turnaround from when you was trying to be too tough and now when you do get comfortable, you too soft. But it's not, because we don't want our women hard. We don't want our women masculine. So, but the adjustment is like, now we got to fall back in line real quick. Like, oh shit. It was no like, you didn't taper off. You got to have a smooth transition from being tough to being all the way soft now. Because women, when they do feel that comfort, when they do get that validation, when they do get that confirmation, now they can relax to an extent. But either way, these strategies, both men and women, which I just sat here for y'all to still say, none of these are a sure way to succeed in a relationship. You know what I mean? It's just like, I guess if it don't work out, being tough is justified. Like, that's why I didn't let my guard down. But how you gonna ever get a real chance if you too guarded or if you too tough? So I say that to both men and women. Don't be too tough. Understand? But there's no cheat code. So being easy and just gullible and giving in right away is not gonna get you the results either. Now you would have to ask said people who feels like, did we do a statistic on this? Like, the people who are easier going, both men and women, have their relationships lasted longer than the ones who decided to be tough at first. Now, as far as business and any other aspects of it, I feel like to achieve success, the toughness plays out more, definitely. You have to have an understanding, so you have to ease up a little bit in certain scenarios, but tough is definitely the winner. You know what I mean? When it comes to anything else. So see if you could comment on this, or I don't know if I'll research and see if there's any statistics behind being soft, being easy, not soft. Did that get the relationship further? But everything is balanced. All right. Signs that you're toxic. I ain't got the time today to give you all of that. There are so many. It's unbelievable. Like, this thing called toxic, it shows its ugly head in gazillion ways. I'm just gonna try to break down the things that I could think of off the top. Complaining about everything. Remember I said that the last time? That's praying to the devil. Purposely setting things up to cause a disagreement or a difference of opinion. Stay with me. I might be getting too philosophical for you. Like, the examples are endless. I did one once, and I didn't mean to be. Watch this. Look at the indirect toxic thing I did. Whoa, this is exposure right here. I don't know if I can say it. I don't know if I can tell it. It might be a disclosure act. What that call that? What's that? NDA? I might can't mention it. Either way, all right, so I'll give another one. My bag. That was a while ago, by the way. Decade or so ago. It's too crazy. Like, it's hard to give an example because I'm trying to keep my platform clean and just here. But nah, honest to goodness though, toxic is something that you honestly cause directly, on purpose, spitefully to use. Let's use words like sabotage. Let's use words like manipulation. Let's use words like narcissistic. Let's use words like just an advantage taker, somebody who preys on the weak, plays with people's minds, play with people's money, play with people's emotions. It's, you know what I mean? Like, if you have any moral, let's go back to moral. If you have any of that moral in you, you'll know toxic. You should see toxic faster. The thing is, somebody who's overly toxic, who's just majority toxic, it'll be harder for them to admit that. You know what I mean? But if you're moral and you live mostly righteous, you know when you're doing something toxic. Like when you play victim all the time. Habits. Even if it's drinking, porn addiction, cigarettes, hookah, anything to feed the dopamine, to think that that's the real solution to whatever you got going on. Now, I don't mean casually or socially and calculated. We all can have a drink sometimes. I'm not judging that. The porn addiction thing, I'm not really going to touch on that. That's per individual. The addiction is real if you can't go without it. Like if that's a multiple times of the day thing for you, you have a problem. Smoking cigarettes, I'm not really for that. I'm not going to judge and say that you're the devil for smoking cigarettes. But that pack a day, I'm just giving examples of things that you need this stuff or you can't survive type shit. That's a little toxic to me. You feel me? Eating, overeating at any given time because of depression or whatever. These are toxic things. What I'm saying is people who's around you will be sucked into that. You know what I mean? So I probably didn't tackle the signs that you're toxic the way that you would have liked. It's very tread light with me and my platform. Feel me? I don't really want to single anybody out because, sorry to say, there's a lot more toxic people around you than you think. Right next to you, right in front of you, right behind you. Family, friends, etc. Associates. That toxic shit is a big disease in this world. Just know that. That I will say that. And it's cool, if you notice yourself and you find a sign, the moral people, you could recover from that, I feel. I give you grace that you can knock that out. The ones who's just, all their shit is just toxic, like, sorry, fights in the projects, living in the projects, beefing all the time, toxic ass baby mother, baby father drama, bringing the kids involved, yelling, screaming. Like, these are all dark things that you all know. Like, this. I don't have to really sit here. That's why, do I have to really sit and break all that down? Feel me? Consistency doesn't mean never messing up. It means never giving up. Everything be tying together. Optimistic, right? If you live moral, most of the time, you remain optimistic to receive the things you need. So the consistency is the same thing. You're not going to say, more live examples, and I keep putting me in this, music, podcast, right? So the music, I have a lot more years than you think you know. If you think you know me. The podcast, maybe not so much. 3 to 5 years, I want to say. So is it taking off the way I want to when I first started? Absolutely not. Is it where I want it to be now? Look at the things I've done elevated since the start of it. My podcast started with just audio. Loved it. It transferred to visual eventually. The quality has gone up in my favor since. Better upgrades, background, location, light. Everything is an elevation. Is this moving in the steps I want it to? Is it where I want it to be? No. But I'm humbled and grateful for the viewers I do have, the people it has reached, everybody that's come on here. Even my guests when it was just audio. I've had guests when it was just the audio. So I say all of that to say consistency is just something that's in you and you'll continue to do it if you have it, regardless of what's happening. You know, there's a lot of negative, and that could be another sign of toxic if I want to go back. If you know that you know someone that they see you got these things going on. You don't think there's people, I'm not going to call nobody out, between my music and this, you don't think people is like, well, you know, you've been doing this for such and such. Maybe it's not going to work out. That's toxic to me. Sorry, yes, I'm petty. That's toxic. You don't tell me that. We can judge and give constructive criticism on specific things. So with music, it's easier. You have an easier lane to criticize. Because if I make songs, everybody's not going to love every song I make. And if you could point out a specific song and say you wasn't really feeling that, it's because of this or that, that could still be toxic or hate. But it's easier received because you're picking something specific. So now with the podcast, am I the best podcaster in the world? I'm damn near close. But that's a little confidence that's just in me. But if you go, okay, that episode, you know, those topics weren't really hitting like that, or like one or two out of them wasn't really hitting like that, or yo, I saw a shadow in the back on one of them. You know, I was at the last location and I was seeing this shadow and it was fucking with me. Things like that we can improve for sure. But if you just shut the whole shit down, and I'm telling this to you because I want you to pay attention to the people around you. Like, are they shutting everything you do down, or just your total idea, or they just criticizing certain aspects of it? There's a difference. Anybody can be anything they put their mind to, but you can just guide them if you just see they off a little bit. You don't really go shit on the whole parade. Feel me? So consistency doesn't mean never messing up. It means never giving up. Hold on. Just because your pain is understandable doesn't mean your behavior is acceptable. Let me run that back. Just because your pain is understandable doesn't mean your behavior is acceptable. We all go through shit. And I do feel like, you know, it could be ugly sometimes, because if you have pain and you are interacting with someone who's going through pain, that can be ugly based on the level of that pain at that time. Now, sometimes that's helpful for people to relate to each other, but sometimes it could go left. That's another sign of toxic. Maybe I should have just put the signs that you're toxic at the top of the episode, and just through all the rest of the topics, give you examples of toxic from the topics. But anyway, you got to learn to suppress that. And even the people who may be responsible for that pain don't deserve your vengeance. This is going back to me not really being religious, but I gotta say, shit happens for a reason. Things is gonna happen. Some people do things intentionally to harm. Some people just thinking about themselves, you know. There is a difference between a selfish person and an intentional person. Meaning like they out to hurt people, and then selfish people are just thinking about themselves. So there's a difference there. We don't excuse either. But you do know there's a difference. So again, with this pain, intentional or selfish, you become a victim of. You gotta still suppress it because life goes on. I'm not talking about overnight. I'm not judging you for carrying some pain that's only been a minute for you. But you're not gonna get this past that anything you do behavior-wise can be attributed to the fact that you're in pain. Because if that's the case, it shut the world down right now. Because I'm telling you, sad to report, there's more people in pain out here than not. Whether they ignoring it, they've learned to cope with it, they're delusional about it, they out here. We all harbor some of that. But you can't, that's not the past. That's not the past to behave like an idiot. You'll have moments, I won't judge, no such thing as perfection. You'll have moments where you might act other than. That's cool, man. Like, everybody make mistakes, man. That be alone shit, though, is real. And that's not even planned in this segment. But, like, to be by yourself for the pain, to just sit back, analyze your shit, and really, like, take it in, that really helps. Because if your pain becomes overwhelming, it may not be good to be around people. It may not. If you're able to control it, but you see, there's so much politics with that because people can act like they can control something. People act like they suppress shit. And just to be in the moment, they'll pretend they're normal. But is that really the right way? Is that really healthy? You may have to sit by yourself for when this shit is overwhelming. Because now if you want to, I wouldn't resort to that. Punch the wall, yell, scream, cry. You can do these things in the privacy of your own presence. And then that might help more than being amongst people. Feel me? When it gets crazy. So that's big. You know what I mean? So your behavior is not acceptable and you're not going to get this pass because you're in pain. And even if you was the only person, impossible to say, even if you was the only person in your circle in pain, that behavior is still not going to always be acceptable, man. Because it's enabling. If we let you do what you want to do and not check you on it, I don't think you'll ever heal. Because you'll keep going to the behaviors as a crutch. So let's shake that off. Realize that life throw punches and you just punch the fuck back. To inspire people, don't show them your superpowers. Show them theirs. That's big. That's big. That is the most selfless thing you can do. Because if they already interact with you, if they already want to be in your presence, they must know you're of some greatness. And I'm going to be optimistic here. No matter how fucked up they shit is, no matter how bad a person is, you're going to feel that energy and not want to entertain it though and be around it. But for the most normal day-to-day people, if they want, you'll feel that energy of them wanting to be in your presence. Them wanting to be, if anything, like you, similar to you. So when you feel that, and it's an energy thing. So when you feel that energy that you're around someone that appreciates you in whatever type of way, you show them their greatness. That is the ultimate contribute to society. You being great and you showing others that they're great, not rubbing it in how great you are. You see, that's also toxic to me. If you already got your accolades, you already know what you do. If you sit around people all the time boasting and bragging, that's some psychotic shit to me. Because there's no need to keep tooting your own horn. Let's toot these other horns around them. Pause. Hey, yo. But I don't normally do that. That's whatever, man. You know, we growing up over here. But let's big these other people up and make them feel like they have superpowers too. You already on your journey. You're already almost there. Help these people who's far behind. So I think that's so dope. To inspire people, don't show them your superpowers. Show them theirs. Fire. Most people won't support you until they see it's popular to support you. Let's go back to consistency. Never give up. Because that's sad, but the bandwagon will never not exist. My whatever subscribers I got here, hit the notification bell. Whatever subscribers I got, whatever people that comment, like, or share is contingent upon, mostly, watching others do it too. Can you really be mad though? That's that don't hate the player, hate the game. Can you be mad though? Because people are copycats. People watch things that people share to them. People are followers, yo. Sorry to say, it's not a lot of leaders. The leader has the hardest job to get somebody to cross over and pay them mind that decided to do something different than the norm because everybody's copying off of everybody. Everybody's repeating the same shit, saying the same things, talking about the same things. So it's like you trying to get popularity through that. You feel me? And once you are popular through that, now people will copy paste. But you gotta just stick to it. They'll come. Don't even trip on that because that's not new. That statement didn't throw me off. I know that. Jadakiss, dead rappers get better promotion. Perfect example. Sorry. Sip. Extension. I don't really like his music. I listened to it after he died though to give it a shot. Juice WRLD. After he died, I gave it more of a shot. That's a different level of popular to support. That's just because, you know what I mean? Someone passed. I love music. So, I want to be curious now. That's a little more organic, though. That's a little more, I guess I can justify that versus people, the TV, the social media is so big because someone can be doing something that you have no clue about, have some talent going on, and it takes them to post it one place on the right stage, and now everybody's flocking to it. Feel me? So that's definitely true. So all my people out there that's trying to get anything off the ground, keep it going. Consistency, remain optimistic, and just know you'll get the support when it's popular to support you. Thanks for joining me again. Till the next time, stay positive, stay pushing, stay powerful. Peace.